up and have a coffee. That's the first thing on the agenda. And then usually when coach is around on by the races, then we'll go meet for a bike run session. Usually the day before a race, the bike will have some work in it, but then that also includes going around the bike course. Like, just go through the basics really of when you want to get your feet out, the safest way to do it, just the stuff where is the safest place to get a drink, take your gel, and then when that's done we usually drop the bikes off and just go for an easy run really off the bike. You kind of have that race plan going in to the race week. Like I've spoke to Darren about, what ideally I want to happen during the race, and you do kind of have I suppose I have an A and a B plan. We've gone through as much as you can, so you're as well prepared as you can be going into it and you feel more comfortable than when you're actually in the race.
Right in the ghetto. She's going to start dropping it down, she's going to start rapping in a minute. Look at this.
Oh!
Oh, in the money.
Your shout.
Usually it's, a mindset of some sort of build. So it can be like 5-2s building or 8-1s, or just something where, you're starting to work a little bit, but you don't want to overwork, and then a couple of dives at the end. But then sometimes it can be that I do the course recce. So I will stimulate that a little bit of what I do in the open water. Obviously it's hard, it's not measured, but of some sort of build and just getting the heart rate up is what I usually do before a race. I want to get out feeling like I'm catching the water well and that I feel good in the water. So I'll do my usual drills that help me do that. I go quite low fibre going into a race. Mainly for me it's to eliminate stomach issues, so it could be anything like I had scrambled eggs with some ham on white toast, so it's quite nice, made myself quite a nice little breakfast. But it could be like honey on toast. I'm not a coffee snob, like I like going out for a coffee, but I'm not I'm quite happy with my instant, but it's nice to have caffs. And then everyone's going to shoot me for saying I like instant. Who have you been talking to? Yeah, I like to feel organised. Like if I had my chance, I'd get the stickers on Thursday briefing and put them straight on my bike and helmet. I've got a notebook, so I've got my race goals, what I call me and Darren call my checklist. So I have a checklist for swim, bike, run, transitions, the whole kind of process. And then when he pulls us aside as well, it's kind of going through timings for race day. Because then after that last session, it's boring time, just out of everyone's view, just go and chill. So we won't see him either. Usually for me, it's get up, the usual coffee, and then go for a swim. Well, it's key in ITU, and to get the best connection for the swim, I'll go in and I'll do a swim. I don't really get the heart rate up very much, maybe a couple of surges at the end of it. But again, me being OCD Jodie wants to be nice and organised, nice there early, and just because you have to go through the whole, check in, get your timing sheet, race uniform, check, and check the bikes if they're checking bikes and wheels and etc. and setting up transitions and stuff. So try and keep relaxed as possible. You're wasting energy if you're stressing too much. So I suppose when I'm setting up transition, well, I'm focused on what I'm doing because I need to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Is my gear selection right? Is my shoe in the elastic in the right direction? And that kind of stuff that I need to concentrate on. Where's the mountain line? Where's the dismount line? But then I suppose I switch out of it a little bit when that's done, and I know it's done. And then when we're going into swim warm-up, I needed to concentrate on, roughly how many steps is it going into the surf, how many dolphins is it before it becomes a waste of time, or, what am I going to be spotting, what's the current doing, and then you kind of go into relax again, and then that music kind of comes on, I suppose, and when that music hits, then it's like, okay, it's race time now. But it's ridiculous, it gets you every time. It's bloody music. It's like But it's like, doo-doo-doo. It's like so dramatic. It's like. There's too much to concentrate on to kind of not concentrate on what you're doing. You just try and work through what's going through in the moment. You can't. You know, that's where the strong girls are. That's where the girls are that can ride the bikes. That's where it's safest. You're kind of out of danger. You have to react less to people. It was proof in Abu Dhabi that, you know, I only just missed that crash. It happened right next to me. If I was any further back, I'd have been gone and, you know, wouldn't have got the result I did because I'd have ended up on the floor. But when you're actually going on the run, like, all that's going through my head is my checklist of what I've done in training and what I do in training every day. And like, my checklist is kind of, am I running tall? Is my core switched on? Am I running with squiffy feet? Like, can I do anything better like that? Like, Mooloolaba's hill, am I leaning forward? Is my cadence high? Am I, you know, sinking, running down the hill? Am I letting my hip flexors go? Can I make it any easier? And then obviously, okay, am I drinking enough? That was like a key in this one, is just making sure you're staying as hydrated as possible. If I know I've got it, then you enjoy it. Like, you enjoy that blue carpet finish line. Obviously, you know, you've got the crowds and, you know you've won. That's a real nice feeling to enjoy and be able to enjoy it. But ideally, after a race, you'd have a bit more active recovery. But then when you get stuff like media or pulled into doping, which I don't begrudge doing at all, then, you know, these things need to be done.
Media's so annoying, aren't they?
I know. Pain in the backside.
You're not making it better.
You can't be subtle, can you? No, just ignore me.